HFC Magic 95 assumes no responsibility for its content, and the Wade and Carter Show bears no responsibilities for their opinions and guests on their show.
Joe Biden picks his vice president. Seattle police chief resigns. College football turmoil continues. All that and a whole lot more coming up on today's Wade and Carter Show.
I like that.
Click the wrong one.
Bum, bum.
Hey, morning.
You know, I can come in here not ready to do the show, but when I hear that intro and all that, like
You're still not ready to do the show.
In. I am bought in.
Let's do this.
Today's Wade and Carter weather brought to you by the great folks at Deerland Feed. Here's some new stuff for you for all your fencing needs. Deerland carries treated and cedar posts, galvanized and steel T-posts, barbed wire, all types of net wire for horses, cattle, deer, goats, hogs.
Keep the hogs out too.
Stay Tough and Stay Tight brands, hog, cattle, bull, and utility panels, Ranger gates and portable panels, hardware, Gallagher fence supplies, and lots more. And that's just fencing. We haven't gotten to feed, fertilizer, baby guineas, chicks, pepper plants, tomato plants.
All your seeds.
Not China seeds.
Fall garden season is coming up.
Not China.
No.
Cattle prods, saddles, tack, pet supplies.
I need to get one of those, get you moving in the morning.
Just mange treatments. That's what I need to give for you.
Let's see who's
They've
in
got
morning.
it. Look at that crowd.
Scott Snow, first one in. Good morning. Marvin McCoosh, Patrick Strauss, Judge Posey, David Glass, H.R. Mallory, Bobby Leister.
How
Good morning.
is Bobby Leister not a top fan? How does that happen?
Hasn't accepted the badge.
How do you get the badge?
I think they just apply it.
I don't know.
Give you the option.
Is that Facebook studying you? Are you
I
an
think
analytic?
so. You're an analytic. Larry Leahy, Matt Boucher, Bob Watley, C.W. Bean, Chris Conrad, good morning. Greg Garcia. Gents, he called us gents. Good morning, gents. I like that.
Thank you.
Bobby Leister, the Leisterometer says we're up to 67 YouTube subscribers. So whoever left came back, maybe?
I don't know. Philip Barone is in.
Stephen Kidder, good morning. We'll get to Stephen Kidder's comment in just a second. Robin Moore Knipling, Michelle Wilson Hawkins, Chris Jansen, Adam Daughtry.
See, something
Called
changed.
on Wednesday.
Robin Moore Knipling is back in. What is it? School?
Yeah.
You know, she was gone. She used to be here every day, and then she was gone for like 4 or 5 months. Same with Michelle Hawkins. She's back, in, locked in.
Flames, 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 flames.
I don't know. Did they win?
Yeah, 3-2 over Dallas.
There you go. All I saw was the Tampa Bay Lightning won last night, 3-2 in overtime. Most shots ever on goal. Folks, would you watch anything?
Fourth longest game ever.
This is like watching Ronnie Millsap dove hunt. 88 shots, 3 goals. This is like, hey, Ronnie, bird, where? Well, doesn't matter. Boom, boom. Three birds out of 4 boxes of shells. Come on, Ronnie.
These are shots on goal. They're not shots that are missing the goal.
No, they're going to the goal. And the caddy. The goal is going, nah.
Pretty much.
88 times.
It's that save percentage.
That's 1 a minute. Practically 1 a minute. Hockey played in 3 periods of 30 minutes each, 90 minutes for a game.
He saved 97% of the shots he faced yesterday.
You're doing math.
Carpasalo was the goalie's name.
You think they bought him like a steak?
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
okay, good job.
Too tired to go get a steak afterwards. Shower and straight to bed. I watched a little bit of the post-game press conference, and some of the questions are so stupid. How do you play a game that long? You just saw us do it.
Right. Coach sent me in. I went.
Hey, your line's next. Over the boards I go.
That's crazy.
I mean, come on. That's the best question you can come up with. And I love John Tortorella, coach at Columbus, because you start asking him dumb questions and he just gets up and walks away. And his answers are always yes, no, you saw it. I mean,
Is he like the Belichick of hockey?
kind of when it comes to the press conferences.
Popovich is pretty good.
Yeah. Well, because the same frustration I have is the questions don't, you bug people. I get on athletes for their cliche answers.
Right.
I get on the cover, the beat reporters in sports for their cliche questions.
Right.
But and John Tortorella makes fun of them, and I don't think they quite they don't quite get that because they don't ask him any better questions, or they just don't care. I don't know, but
I think enlightened. His answers are kind of slamming.
Tampa Bay a year ago lost to Columbus. I think they had a 3-0 lead in game one, and then they lost that game and then didn't win a game. I think they went out 4 straight after that, or lost that one, then lost 3 more to lose in 4. So there's a little bit of a history between these two teams in the playoffs. I think if Columbus would have pulled that game off, I think it would have been absolutely detrimental to Tampa Bay. Their psyche would have been, man, we can't beat these guys in the playoffs. But they get the win, and I don't think it really does anything for Columbus because it was interesting. All the replays I saw, I swear one of the Tampa Bay guys, I thought carried the puck over the blue line, which would have put them offside prior to that goal.
Absolutely.
So
travesty,
sham,
mockery.
Travis mockery.
So carried the puck.
Yeah.
Over the blue line. So
they were
there's
in the
2 blue
zone.
lines. There's the center line, and then there's the blue line.
Yeah.
And I can't pass the blue line before the puck.
Correct. And if you're in the zone, you can't take the blue puck outside the blue line and then re-enter.
That's like going
players
backcourt.
Offside.
That's like going backcourt.
Yes.
So tell me, so we're skating down the ice. You can flip the puck out over the blue line, and I can go intercept it.
You can go get it. It's called dump and chase.
But so how do you carry it over? You're saying that you can't just
stick handle it and skate it across.
You can't skate all the way down the ice. You have to pass the puck.
Can. You can.
But how do you carry the puck? Where is the? Give me an example of the illegality, the cheating.
They were already in the offensive zone.
Okay.
He was stick handling and went up back by the blue line. To me, it looked like he took the puck back outside the blue line.
Oh, he did what we said, making everybody then rendering
offside.
Those offside.
Yes.
So which is what? Do you have to drop the puck and
fight
over it?
It's a face. It's not a scrum. It's not rugby.
Okay.
They would have blown the whistle and the face-off would have been outside the zone.
Is there like a safe little circle for that?
There's a dot for the face-off.
And the guy holds it, and he's like,
yes.
And then
it's a good sound effect. That's pretty much it. No, not quite like that.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Today's hockey moment brought to you by
Deerland Feed.
There you go. The Deerland Feed hockey moment. But I guarantee most of our folks, even right now, have no idea what we were just talking about.
Kind of Sexton's in. Dave Garza, the Iceman cares because Randy Langston says his badge is gone. I didn't take it away from you, Randy. I don't know what happened.
We don't know how these things happen. There's BJ Nelson, Mike Blosky. Good morning, Michael. He's feeling older.
Scott Tomko asks, what's a top fan? Good question. I don't know how you get it. I really don't. Karen Lee Webb has it.
Iceman's got it.
So.
We just don't know.
Rena Scherer checking in. Good morning to you. Yeah, 5 overtimes. 4th longest game in NHL history. And nobody was in the stands to see it.
Isn't that sad?
They had to move the Boston game, which was to follow till this morning, 11 o'clock. They'll drop the puck because they're all playing in one place.
Maybe Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were there.
Maybe. That gets us back to Steve Kidder's comment off the top that Trump is just
Trump's
They
buried.
guaranteed the election.
Oh, Trump just says, he says, worst choice ever. Totally dropped the ball. Unimaginative. It lacks imagination.
Reeks of pandering. Here's how.
You got to admit it is kind of weak. Oh, maybe we should get a black person. Oh, and a woman. Get a black woman. Yeah, that'll do it. That's what the Dems are doing there.
And somebody that was out of the race by what? December?
And
I mean,
somewhat disgraced,
I mean-
kind of revealed that she had an affair to get one of her positions, or was in a compromising position to get her position. The headlines read, Biden taps Kamala.
Yeah.
Biden wasn't the first. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, she has an absolutely atrocious record as the Attorney General in California on a number of things that they want changed. I mean, record numbers of black men for very menial crimes locked up in California under Kamala Harris's watch as the Attorney General of that state.
No friend to the black community,
No.
no friend to the young first offenders. She was like, lock them up. Well, she made a name for herself being a tough prosecutor. Now wants to defund the police.
Well,
Does that
and
even seem possible?
Well, and here's the hypocrisy again. As Attorney General, would not investigate complaints of police misconduct.
Right.
Whether warranted or unwarranted, wouldn't even look at them. Basically said it wasn't her job. She didn't need to do that.
Right.
Nothing to
But
see here,
now-
move along.
Now, she's going to help Joe Biden get your guns.
Yeah.
There
And don't
you
forget,
go.
this is the person that in the confirmation hearings, the Senate confirmation hearings for Justice Kavanaugh, after all the allegations were proven false, she was still out there touting the fact that she was hard and was proud of the fact she tried to destroy a man.
No, you made the comment way back when that she will turn on Joe Biden. The first time Joe Biden says something she doesn't agree with, she'll turn on him.
Here's the one thing that really got me last night. A year ago, when all the accusations started coming out against Joe Biden inappropriately touching females, right? Kamala Harris came out and said, I believe the accusers. If you believe them, how can you sleep at night and go to work for the man that you felt was pardon the pun, inappropriately touching females?
And
So
man
much
who
so-
openly called her racist on the dais in a debate. Called him a racist straight up, which he is. He is a racist.
You had a very heated moment on the segregation or the desegregation of schools and forced busing. And I think in that one exchange, she didn't say, I don't think you're a racist. I think it was how she phrased it. But you know what that means. I think you're a racist, right?
Of course, you're a racist.
Yeah. But they had a very heated exchange on Joe Biden not voting for busing black kids into white schools from the Department of Ed. And it was heated. And if anybody, and probably most of our listeners didn't watch the debates, I did because I wanted to bring some content on
I
slow
remember
content days.
I remember you doing that.
The disdain they had for each other in that,
Oh, it was visible.
visible.
She's an
It was
angry
there.
woman.
You believe all the accusers a year or so ago against Joe Biden for inappropriately touching them, sexual misconduct. Yet you're going to go work for the guy, stand beside him, stand behind him, support everything he does?
The left
Come
is
on.
most often recognized by their hypocrisy. And this is just a quest for power.
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
She will end up president of the United States if they win. They're not going to win. I think she guarantees that they lose.
Yeah. Trey Molina checking in. Where's he been lately?
Punk Trey Molina. I don't know. Maybe he was in Victoria and listening on Magic 95.9, but the problem
Maybe.
is he hasn't let us know.
361-575-9509. Give us your calls on Kamala Harris as Joe Biden's VP choice.
So who else would you have chosen? That's the sad.
Well, that is.
You
the
can
sad
say,
part.
I'll take Oprah. I'll take Michelle Obama.
It just shows you, though, that Joe Biden really isn't calling the shots here.
But think about the fact that Joe Biden said, because you always have to say, let's flip the scenario. Joe Biden said, look, you people think that I'm a pedophile or a bad person, and you're all about this Me Too movement. And he said, hey, she ought to be heard, except in this case where she's wrong. And he did say that about his last female accuser. What gets me about all that is the idea that the Dems don't have anything else. I mean, there's nobody to run. There's no buzz about their candidates. There's nothing exciting about them. The only reason that we're even having this election is because Trump has managed to be less than super popular.
Well, then because it's mandated and
yeah, but I mean, it would be a moot point with Joe Biden, who can't complete a sentence and is arguably a sex offender. Now, I know that if Joe Biden was a Republican, I would be saying, oh, gosh, here we go again with more of this garbage. I had somebody tell me in a Twitter conversation about a week ago, well, President Trump has 23 open criminal investigations about his sexual misconduct. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. It's dumb.
Here's the other thought I had with this. They know she doesn't. I mean, moderate Democrats are going to be the ones that will help the Democrats win this election. Kamala Harris does not appeal to the moderate Democrat at all. She's basically sided with the lunatic fringe and the AOC, what they refer to as the squad. I refer to them as the lunatic fringe because they really are.
Wasn't she involved in the Green New Deal?
Yeah, I think she's pretty much fully endorsed it.
That's just lunacy.
And that brings me to the other thought I had after I couldn't believe the lunacy of actually naming her as his running mate. Are they just throwing in the towel in this one?
Yeah. They are.
And setting themselves up for 2024 because if Biden was the best they had.
It's a shame.
And you lose as the VP nominee to what will be a 3-time loser in running for president?
Yeah.
You're soiled goods. You're damaged goods. You will not be able to run in 2024. So
they're getting rid of her.
Getting rid of her.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what I think is happening.
So that was the other take I kind of came away with this is
go back up there and read what did Randy say right there?
He said, top fans, you share often, you comment often. And Facebook revoked it because he's been absent lately.
They're after you, Randy.
Wow.
So yesterday, T-Lat was coming home and right there by kind of like say by the Texan store, right there at Loop 463 and 87. Some big vessel type thing fell off a truck. Allen's Wrecker Service out there picking it up, loading it up, securing the scene, making it safe.
Somebody called 578-6300.
That's right. They'll do the same thing for you folks. If your car won't go, if you need to get it from here to there, if you need a tow to Atzenhofer, 578-6300. That's Allen's Wrecker Service. I tell you all the time, now that you're back in school, ladies, put it in your phone. Just put AAAA, Allen's Wrecker Service. When you have a need for Allen's, you can just open up your contacts. 578-6300 will be at the top, and you won't have to worry. Slow down the school zones, even though everybody's going to be homeschooling. It's a good habit.
So that was just down the road from VCS companies.
Absolutely.
Rocket Oilfield Services, they only locally owned and an authorized AT&T retailer.
We
I
do
can
it so
almost get
often.
that
We
out.
just kind of go, go Tigers. And that's what it's
I
like.
sounded like Joe Biden trying to say mental and physical fitness the other day.
Coach O doing the VCS. Go Tigers. Go Tigers. That's what it's like with that guy. Joe Burrow. Go Tigers. But
His press
VCS
conferences and John Tortorella's,
Oh, it's great.
best ones ever.
But VCS companies take care of all your surveillance and security needs. Reach out to them. TLAT works there. You can always call over there and ask for TLAT.
Technology to the point where they can monitor temperatures as you walk into buildings. You don't have to have
Great.
somebody standing there shooting a thermometer at their head.
Yeah. You walk into a building, erectile dysfunction, that guy's got it. It's just a lucky guess.
Very much so.
Yeah. VCS for all.
Unlucky for the one you accuse.
No, I don't. Look. For all your communication needs, reach out to VCS. SCT Building Systems, Clayton Casey Health.
How do you battle that
I can
accusation?
prove it.
Oh, please don't. Please don't, Creepy Joe.
Something about Mary. 564-8864. That's Clayton and Casey Health. Reach out to Clayton and Casey.
For all your metal construction, whether you want a patio cover, you want a carport, a garage, barnuminium, they can do it all.
A shed over your barbecue pit with a little hole for the chimney. They can do it. Bring me them tin snips.
A metal well house,
They can do
they
it.
can do it.
Do it.
Cow shelters, hay storage.
It's a great
they can
idea.
do it all.
You know, put a little shade out there. Cows like shade.
Yeah. They're in it all day these days.
Chesting Furniture Company. Chesting and Love make your house a home.
Now, you don't want to put a couch in that cattle shade,
Wow.
but
100 years in downtown Victoria.
thought that's where you were going with it.
Reach out today for all your furniture needs, bedding needs, Tempur-Pedic bedding, appliances. Bobby Leon and his family have been serving Victoria since 1920.
Carl Big Boy Smith checking in.
116 West Wanland, corner Wanland and Bridge.
Matt Boucher says VP picks make no difference to the voters.
Go Tigers.
You know, I thought you're probably onto something there, Matt. I think most times they don't. I don't know that Mike Pence's pick solidified anybody to vote for Donald Trump.
No, but what it did, it provided the contrast, right? You know, Trump's actions.
Yeah, you had one old white guy and another old white guy.
But you had one guy that was stable, a good track record of being conservative, an outspoken Christian advocate. The kind of offset the swashbuckling ways of Donald Trump. Now you throw in Kamala Harris, who she does have, you know, a historically tough facade. She's got an aggressive facade. That these are things that contrast with Joe Biden, but they're not what she's trying to portray now.
No.
They're wanting you to vote for them as a team based on who she used to be, because now she claims she's not that person anymore. It's interesting.
Well, I think they want you to vote for them for who she is now, not who she was, who she says she is now.
Right.
Then what's the old saying? Leopard can't change its spots.
That's what they say.
Greg Garcia says all the nasty comments she made about Joe Biden in the primaries will be revisited, guaranteed. Not by the mainstream media. They'll simply avoid it like they did. A study that came out yesterday showed that coronavirus antibodies are there for about 3 months.
Which is not the point of this bit.
No. I believe there's been one paper on this. It was posted to one of those congregation sites where researchers now post needs to be peer reviewed. And saw this posted on a few sites. Absolutely none of the rebukes that attack the hydroxychloroquine, and this is just a point I'm making, Well, the studies don't prove anything. They weren't peer reviewed. That wasn't a large enough sample size. 65 people in one study that had been posted to this site, had not been peer reviewed, had not gone through any of the rigors of a medical study. The same things they accuse all the hydroxychloroquine studies of not going through, yet this thing was being pushed yesterday by the media. And the only reason I think you would say something like that is because you want to continue to control the narrative that we must control the people.
Right.
Right? But where's all the criticism? All the criticism that went to the hydroxychloroquine studies. Well, that's just some doctor who doesn't know what the hell they're doing, treating patients with hydroxychloroquine. We need their license.
No, it's true. That's how they scream it.
Just a medical doctor. Doesn't know anything. Only been doing it for 35 years. Doesn't know crap. What are they? They're just a doctor. They're not a researcher. They don't know nothing.
The Iceman says Kamala Harris eats Taco Bell, not Bear Creek. Can I give you like a little sample? Yeah. Ed, listen to Coach here. See if Coach. I have not. Cardio burns fat, right? That's a commercial.
Yeah. Wow. So
okay, commercial's gone. He's yelling at his players.
They're a little loud.
Great young
Proud
man.
that we have it. Great parents. And because a young man, we had to fix the line of scrimmage. We wanted to get bigger. I'll stop. Hey, stop the ball. Stop the threat. I'm having a brother. I'm Edo.
This guy's for real, people. I love him.
We had to fix the line of scrimmage. Went all the way to Michigan. 6'5", 367 pounds. King Dog Camp.
I mean, he's like, hey, hold it down.
He's like your dad.
Stop the drill.
I'm on the phone.
That's exactly what he sounds like. He'll go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Steve Kidder asked, who was more surprised by the pick, Kamala or Joe Biden?
You got to wonder, on a serious note, you got to wonder what the negotiations were like. They clearly don't like each other, and that's fine. But you got to wonder what she demanded. And you've got to wonder if she was his first pick. Which brings me back to who else would you get if you were Joe Biden? Who else wants to get on that? Hey, I've got this boat. It's only been out of the port once. It's called Titanic. Get on it with me.
Well, by now the VP nominee is usually announced, right? From what I've been hearing, this has been an extremely lengthy process. It's a delayed process, which makes you wonder. Nobody wanted to jump onto that sinking Titanic.
Right. Now, right here it says, Michelle Hawkins asks, hey, we know that, he ultimately won't be president. The question is, who would be her VP? Isn't that just a normal succession through the Congress?
Well, I saw a post yesterday, and I'll be honest, I'm not up on it. So any of my constitutionalists here.
I'm just a bill sitting here on Capitol Hill. We can get Michael Cloud to answer that question.
Yeah.
Is he coming on this week?
Next week he'll be here.
I
don't know if he'll be here, if he'll be via phone, but he'll be on the show next week.
Millionaire politician Michael Cloud.
But somebody had posted that because she's the child of two immigrants who were naturalized citizens and not born in the U.S.
She can't be elected,
so,
right? But she can serve as president. She can take the succession.
Okay.
Steve Kitterkin, he's our resident constitutionalist.
Yeah. Steve Kidder says, so they get the mixed race, pedophile, sexual harasser vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now she wants felons to have the vote.
Of course she does. They vote Democrat. Illegal aliens.
Peter McNally says Kamala Harris makes the ticket much stronger. We might be surprised. I'd like to know, Peter, and I'd just like to know how she makes it stronger.
I don't know. I have a feeling Peter's going to vote for them, but I'm just curious as to why.
So,
no,
Joe Gomez.
Don't patronize our guests.
I like Peter McNally.
I like Peter too, but it's not good for the
I don't
country.
agree with this. No, I agree, and I'll tell you why. Let's take our break, and then I'll tell you why.
Veracruz called on Wednesday. Get in today. Big, heaping bowl of Veracruz called it.
I might have to call it.
How long has
Take
it
it all
been
home.
since you had a big steaming bowl of called it?
Too long.
That's too long. Yeah, get in there. Get into Veracruz today. And the full menu's there. It's not
I
just.
like the fact you didn't listen to my answer.
Sure. It's not just. Well, how do you think I get through the show? If I listened to everything you said.
Yeah, I know.
Shush. No kidding. The full menu's there. Get in there today. Do it. You'll be glad you did. Razor IT Solutions. Call JP Hall. If you've got a business, if you've got a Facebook page that you use in business, if you have a website, you collect money over the internet, if you don't encrypt your data, trust me, you need Razor IT Solutions.
You're just asking for trouble.
Reach out to JP Hull today and let Razor IT Solutions solve your problem. Since 1926, Adds an Offer dealership. Quite simply, Victoria's dealership. Somebody liked HR's comment. Make sure you know what it is.
Yeah, well, I'm scrolling down. I can't keep up today.
They're
firing
quick.
them off.
These
They are
people are
quick.
quick.
AdsAndOffer.com. If you want to shop from the safety of your home,
Stacking and beating some of them cheap. Selling cars like candy bars. Right
I
down the
don't-
road, just down the road from high prices. If you don't buy it today, we'll be there tomorrow. They got all the cliches, folks. They've been there 94 years.
you're doing more than just peddling good cliches when you
Exactly.
survived for 94 years.
Exactly. They have a sense of humor. They make fun of themselves, but they never make fun of you. If you want to get in there, Chevy, Cadillac, Mazda, Mitsubishi, a whole bunch. Beautiful, gently pre-owned trucks. These are look-at-me trucks. These are not like old oil field beaters. Great looking vehicles on the floor now. Get by.
Yeah, they're on the lot.
Service, paint and body. The service hall makes and models.
Plus brand new Chevrolet, Cadillac, Mitsubishi, Mazda.
Fleet sales. I need 8 pickups. Okay, when? Is tomorrow too early? I got them.
And if they don't, they'll go get them
AdsAndOffer.com.
for you.
They had AdsAndOffer.com before there was an internet. These are forward-thinking people. White Trash Services, same deal. 550-1826.
I saw quite a few white trash service trucks on the road yesterday, so they're busy, which is good. BJ and
6
Scott Nelson
county
like to hear that, and they
region,
service
Rockport.
6 counties.
They also the official trash collection service for the Bloomington ISD. It's awesome. Go down to Bloomington, crack pipes, needles, they get it all down there. Pick it all up, bring it back. We can say that, okay, because the signal from Magic doesn't reach. to
Doesn't reach
Bloomington.
down there.
Yeah. Go Tigers. Can you imagine that guy as your coach? We went all the way to Michigan to get that boy 6'5", 367 pounds. We need some help on the line. Go Tigers.
Just tells you the state of offensive lineman in Louisiana isn't very good.
Interesting, though, and Peter McNally does point out, Kamala Harris makes the ticket stronger. The fact
Well,
that a woman of her suspect character and record, her flip-flopping on issues, I'm a prosecutor, now I want to defund the police.
her willingness to stand beside a guy that a year ago she
Called
felt
racist.
was at least
Sexually
Sexually
harassing.
harassing
The fact
women.
that she slept her way to one of her better positions. No telling what position that involved on the way to the position. But the point is, you shouldn't, I don't know. If men did that, I bet you she's friends with Harvey Weinstein. You just don't know.
well, it's bad if it's Hollywood. It's okay if it's California legal
Sure,
career.
just work your way up with Willie.
But getting back to the election, I was
Did
going to
Trey
say,
Molina really ask, do you think we're going to see college football?
yeah, he did.
Come on, Trey.
We'll get to that in a second. I want to get to my point on the election. And
Do
here's
that.
why I think this election is so important. Because I see the garbage coming out of the left with the Green New Deal and the nanny state that's coming and taking care of everybody. And then everybody else who just feels that they need to come here just because.
Oh, and just when you get here, legally, illegally, doesn't matter. Sign up for health care
Well, you're stacking the deck against legal immigrants.
and let them vote. If they're here, if they're industrious enough to get here, let them vote and just give them some money. Give them a state to get started. It's the American dream.
Well, the American dream is no longer, it's still there. I think this election will absolutely kill it. And it will change America fundamentally. We will start, if they win, we will start sliding towards a state that, or a country where its people rely on the state more so than ever. You're going to lose the ambition, the drive, the industriousness that has built this country. You're going to lose everything that makes this country the reason why people risk their life and limb to come here.
Yeah.
As a legal immigrant to this country, I think I've got more than a vested interest in this election.
Well, it's where you make it it will eliminate the ability for people to come here and really excel. You might be able to come here and subsist, come here, get into a government program. We'll help you get into some government housing. We'll give you a living wage. 80% of your income goes to the government, but you're in America now. There won't be any more true excelling.
And those that,
unless you're Hunter Biden.
And the division and the animosity will just continue to build.
Yeah.
Because those that are here working hard to provide a better life for somebody who just walks through the door, sits their ass on the couch, and does nothing.
Right. No, the American dream is not that everybody succeeds. The American dream is that everybody has
the opportunity,
an equal playing field opportunity to excel. The pursuit of happiness. Happiness is not guaranteed, and happiness cannot be given to you by the federal government. Good morning, Jim Hartman. We've already waxed eloquent about the VCS companies and all you do. Thank you so much for being our banner sponsor.
Johnny Houghton checking in.
Kamala Harris is what? Let me look it up. I'd say she's like 50.
50 something, yeah.
She's an old, rich white man. It is funny that and we all have our political bents, but it really humors me that Pete McNally believes that Kamala Harris makes the ticket stronger. How? How does she make the ticket stronger?
Going back.
Of course, that just shows you how low Joe set the bar.
Randy Langston goes back to the hydroxychloroquine, and he doesn't go back. I'm going back because, again, comments are coming through. But he says, I think it's funny they say that it wasn't made to combat or treat COVID, yet it wasn't made to treat what it's being used for either.
Kamala Harris is 5'2". Her birthday is October the 20th, and she is 55 years old.
So she's
just a little spitfire.
He says, you don't know what works until you try it. The way most medications treat several things they were not designed or invented to do.
Right. Like margarine was designed as cow feed. Cows would eat it. So now we put it on bread and eat it.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't ever eat that stuff.
No.
Did you know you can go home, find a good one, find a good margarine.
I can't believe it's not butter.
And
spray them.
Okay, get some of that. Get one of those margarines, one of those oleos, if you will. Put it on a paper plate. You put it out in your garage. Go back in 6 weeks. There won't be an ant stuck to it. There won't be a fly on it. Nothing eats that stuff except people. Tastes like butter. Yeah, it's clogging your arteries. Eat it. Gobble it down, Johnny.
Michael Jolly, Hillary Clinton court date September 9th.
Yeah,
does it really mean anything? I mean, I know people are so excited about that, but I just don't think it's going to matter.
She's going to be just like Bill. I did not have sex with that woman, Monica Lewinsky. Depends on what the definition of is.
Oh, Watley says Democrat convention should be on Epstein Island.
Yeah. Survival, Epstein Island. It'd be great. On COVID-93, the virus.
Stephen Kidder says he agrees with Peter that we should not take the election for granted and stay home. Every vote counts.
Absolutely. People have got to get out. You've got to get out. Americans should send a message with this election. They should send a message that we still, it's so predictable.
Somebody knows what was the turnout last time? 60 some odd percent?
Was it?
I think, wasn't
That's
it?
a lot of people.
I don't even know if it was that high. I don't know. Presidential elections tend to turn out more.
But you're going to see the extremes, the New York, the Atlantic Northeast, and the Pacific Coast will all be blue. They're loaded with illegal immigrants. They're loaded, in New York's case, they're loaded with leftist Yankee idiots.
No,
And-
I'm not even 56%.
Okay.
Half the country that can vote turns out to vote. Pathetic.
We need the conservative folks to get out and vote.
Well, that was something else that I heard, that Kamala Harris really doesn't strengthen that ticket. Certainly does nothing for it in California. I mean, they're going to vote Democrat anyway. So you haven't flipped that state. And certainly, as one supposed election expert noticed, she does nothing for Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan,
Right.
all the states that were key in 2016. She doesn't do anything to help those states at all. So, like I said, I think the more I think about it, the more I truly believe that it's almost let's just mail it in and kick the can down the road and set ourselves up. Let's reinvent Beto over the next 4 years so that we can run him out in 2024, because there's no way that one of the squad will get in.
But my buddy that's in town right now from California, I always like to get people that I know that have credibility with me, who may be from a different place. And for example, Peter McNally, somebody that I know who has credibility with me, who's a good person. I respect their intellect. I know who they are as a person. I want his opinion. I want him to convince me otherwise. My buddy from California said, no, he goes, it's crazy, but I think Biden's going to win. Now, I know Biden's going to win California, but I don't think Biden's going to win the election. Oh, great point. BJ Nelson, voter registration drive right out here in the parking lot of Wade and Carter on Thursday, September 10th. Now, you've got plenty of time to get ready for this. 7:30 to 9. Hijinks will ensue. Brother Gary, we're going to force Brother Gary to MC this event. That way you know it's the event in Victoria. We may get some statues from other towns, move them over here to be part of the festivities. Voting lives matter. We need you to come at VLM. Victoria lives matter. 7:30 to 9, 7:30 a.m. until 9 a.m. You can stick your head in. You can come in and say, go Tigers. If you want to on the air with us, 7:30 to 9, Wade and Carter, September the 10th, right here in the Magic 95.9. Our studios are on Sabine Street, just off of Ben Jordan. Kind of like we're right behind Guadalajara Restaurant. It's going to be fun. BJ Nelson is going to be a registrar extraordinaire. She's probably going to be trying to set some kind of record for signing up the most people, selling Girl Scout cookies, making s'mores in the parking lot.
I'm trying to see what the
Baylor girl. Baylor girl. She'll have pigtails. Sick 'em bears. Have a trash-tastic day. Giving out keychains with white trash trucks on them. It's coming. It's going to be a great deal. September 10th. A month from now. Yeah. I'm trying to carry the Steel team.
I know. Well, because Minnesota had their primaries yesterday, and 92,000 people showed up and cast votes for Ilhan Omar. She wins 57% to 38%. On the Republican side, only about 8,000 people turned out for the Republican primary, I guess.
Isn't that crazy to you people that Minnesota has what is she? She's foreign.
Married her
brother under investigation.
Should be if she's not.
But what about her? I mean, I get it. It's the American way. You know, I remember being a kid and asking my parents, what happens, since we have such freedom in this country, what happens if everybody just decides to vote for communism? And my dad said, well, you know, I mean, then that's the direction that the country would go. But nobody, I mean, that was like the most extreme, idiotic thing I could think of. Now I'm praying it doesn't happen.
Crazy. Looking at those numbers, 100,000 people voting and 92,000 of them, and there were some others, But 92,000 votes and the Republicans can't even turn out, at least knowing who your candidate's going to be. And maybe they don't have 92,000 voters in the district. I don't know. Maybe that's everybody in that district.
Minnesota. Who
Hey?
would have thought Minnesota would be like a communist hotbed?
Oh, for sure, eh?
Hey,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Fargo.
It's kind of.
Great movie, by the way.
Johnny Hutton says, for those that want the government to take care of you, come north. Mr. Speak Moistly welcomes you and will take care of you.
Right?
Sky Sanchez says, Big Daddy Trump will steer us away from communism.
What did Christopher Connors
Says-
say?
The fundamental shift on the left is the move from equality of opportunity to equality of outcome.
Right, as guaranteed by the federal government. So if you do it on your own through equality of opportunity, you make $100. If equality of outcome is the goal, the government tells you to get by on $60, then they keep 40% of it, and then you get $36. So that to you, because they're going to say to you, but look at all the services you get. Look at all this. You don't have health care provided for you. So instead of having $100 and the freedom to do with it what you want, you'll have $36. And you don't have a copay when you go to the clinic and they tell you, we're not going to do that for you. You're going to die of that.
And that $36 gets whittled, gets spread thin, where the 40% still goes to the ruling class,
Absolutely.
and they live high off the hog.
And nobody gets it. You people, there's so many sheep in this country that are so blind and so gullible and so lazy and so stupid that they truly believe that the federal government can do something for them. We are the federal government. You can't keep saying, just sue so-and-so. They've got insurance. At some point, there's no more money. Now, our country prints money. I fault Donald Trump for that as well. We're in a complete upside-down zoo that basically requires a reset.
Yeah.
We need a reset.
And I don't know what happens. Well, I know what'll happen. We need more, though, than President Trump reelected. Republicans need to take back the House and keep the Senate for change to really take hold.
I'm not convinced if those elections were held and that outcome was achieved, that you wouldn't have anarchy from all these people based on their feelings.
Well, we already have it.
Kelly Frotty says that one of Kamala Harris's grandfathers or great-great-grandfathers in Jamaica was a slave owner and trader. Nobody's talking about that. I've got the feel-good community talking about, oh, Ryan Reynolds, we got married in a place that used to be a plantation. We did it 8 years ago. We're so sorry. Are you really? It's a piece of ground. Can't we move on? It's got beautiful trees, moss on the trees. Jordan Bales, good morning, TV. Hope you're doing great.
BLM said Chicago looting was reparations.
It's just, it's probably the way they felt. Craziness.
It is.
Kamala from Somalia. All right.
Randy Langston says Montana had all the refugees shipped in as well. And here's the thing about supposed equality. It never turns out that way. It turns into equity, which certainly doesn't mean equality at all.
Right.
So, man, we kind of kept on this one longer than we thought, didn't we?
Blew through an hour. I'll tell you this. I had Uncle Mutz last night. Let me tell you what we did. So we ended up, without boring you with all the people involved, we had 10 people at the house. I called Uncle Mutz. I said, hey, what would you do? I need to feed 10 people. My buddies from California, they want some Texas barbecue. He said, well, we've got a deal. 5 pounds of meat, 4 sides. We got, just so you know, green beans, potato salad, pea salad.
I knew that one was in there.
And the rice. They give us a loaf of bread, give us a whole baggie full of onions, whole baggie full of pickles, These were packers.
Two whole loaves of bread.
Yeah, the whole deal. Feeds 10. Had leftovers. Everybody ate all they wanted.
Really
Had leftovers.
awesome.
2 of our people were little rather than Kate. Well, Kate needs like a
Yeah, he
small
eats like a
farm.
person.
Yeah. But Uncle Mutt's to go.
And Ryland is a small farm.
I called ahead. I said, what time do y'all close? They said 8. I said, how about if I'm there at 7:45? They said, it'll be
We'll be
ready.
there at 7:59.
It will
You're that
be
guy.
ready. And it was ready. Fantastic. Jonathan wasn't even there.
No.
Uncle Mutt's Barbecue. Fantastic. Reach out to them today.
For all your needs. They can
USA
cater as well.
USA Concrete Coatings. Now 578 Home. Charlie Garcia and his staff will come out. They can do it in one day. They'll come out, they'll treat your concrete, they'll put down a high-tech polymer type finish. It's just
It's antibacterial, antimicrobial.
so you can eat off of it.
It's easy on the feet and 4 times stronger than any epoxy finish that you can put on your floor.
It's the next generation of garage floor coatings, and it's reasonable. You should reach out to them. Totally transform. You know, let's say the USA Foundation Repair comes out and levels up your house, but you've still got some unsightly cracks in your garage concrete. They'll come in, fill those, sand them, and then put this coating down. Totally change. You've got that older house, oil stains. Remember when cars used to drip oil?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Blazer that does it. But so it drips.
Remember when cars used to burn oil?
It drips enough that I was driving down the road, and when the header got hot, it started smelling like it was going to catch on fire because it's cool. I was kind of hoping it did. Anyway.
We had an old Honda Civic that used to drip oil on the exhaust, and that was always fun. We had our own smoke screen.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like James Bond driving that thing.
Looked like Fast Times. It's Spicoli. Also, Went Services, Went Electrical, Went Generator, Went Plumbing. Reach out to Carl Went.
Just went.
Just Went. W-E-N-D-T. Went. Towards the end of your program, but number one in your hearts.
For all your electrical service needs.
Generators,
They've
solar
done, yeah,
panels.
they've done a lot of work for me. They came in and got power to my shop. I talked to others who are like, wow, we got to take the fence down in order to do that. Now these guys, they were able to go, they didn't disturb the fence at all.
Remember when we used to run that ad for them? When the power goes out. The power doesn't go out anymore.
No, not with
It's
not with a backup generator from Win.
kicks right on. And then, of course, reach out to Cheryl. for
Fast
all your
enough
power
that you won't have to go and reset the time on all your appliances.
920-6803. Reach out to Cheryl. Let her plan your next event. Bar mitzvah. She's
Bat
doing
mitzvah.
my funeral.
It's funny how Don's already planned
Weddings,
that.
reunions. Yeah, she and Mike Pena conspire. They spend my life insurance money while I'm working out. Brent, give me one more set. He's going to die soon.
It's going to be one expensive funeral.
Yeah,
Big funeral.
big one. Could be a big one.
Like Mardi Gras.
Right? Everybody gets beads. Every kid's a winner. Here, take a 10. Everybody gets $10. I need some professional mourners at my funeral because nobody would really be upset.
If it's open casket and you're getting beads, I don't know that I want to be there.
Can you? No, not open casket. I think I'm going to cook myself. Could you do a like a live broadcast? It's what I would have wanted.
Would have wanted, not what you want.
What I would have wanted. He looks so natural. No, he doesn't. He looks dead. What are you talking about? That guy's dead.
Catherine Himes checking in. Good morning. Jeremy Pena, good morning. Where is he? He's at the Golden Nugget in Lake Charles. Randy Langston made a comment on something that you had said that they printed more money yesterday and the dollar went up in value.
It's crazy, right?
What's up is down, what's down is up.
China. What is this the other day I read that Australia is really upset with China? They
Steve
were talking
Kidder
about
says,
war.
tell Brother Gary to keep it down.
Yeah, Steve Kidder can hear you, Brother G. No, he
I'm sorry. Go Tigers.
hey, go Tigers.
Tell Steven I'm sorry.
Steve, Brother Gary says he says tell Gary to keep it down.
And he gets louder.
Brother Gary says hi to everybody. It's
Go Tigers.
Jeffrey
all good,
Bronseca
man.
says he's going to go to Veracruz, have the drowning enchiladas with 4 tortillas and a diet green tea. Because
nice.
that'll offset it all.
That'll do it. That's all you have to have is the diet green tea.
A sports reporter in town that used to show up when I was doing high school football games. He'd have a bag of a dozen to 18 cookies from Crowfoot's.
Nice.
And was it in Bayside? It no longer exists. I can't even find where it was. It's
Harvey.
grown so much. Yeah.
Gone.
And a Diet Coke. Like that offsets the fact that you're eating a dozen of those big chocolate chip
But a
cookies.
44-ounce Diet
Yes.
Coke so that the salt,
Yeah.
offsets. Folks, we're about ready to have to get out of here. It's only 4 minutes until the top.
So what do you make of college football? Big 10 and Pac-12 say we're done. Big 12 has not made a vote. SEC and ACC say they're kind of waiting on the Big 12 to see which.
We're going to play.
Yeah. And I get it. John Swofford, the outgoing ACC commissioner, probably doesn't want to be known as the commissioner that killed college football.
Right.
So I can see why and he's a great guy and always approachable when I go to conferences and stuff. Doesn't big time you like some
We're going to
D1
play.
guys do. So I can see why he's waiting on that.
How is it that some of these do-gooders, these people that are always looking out for the kids, you'll let an 18-year-old sign up to join the military and go to Iraq, but you don't want to let an 18-year-old decide, hey, I'm playing college football. I'm well. I had it in the summer. I got it at spring break, and I'm good now.
You want to know why? Fear of lawsuits from the
Well, then
parent
just
that
make them
says, well,
sign
my
away.
kid wanted to play, but you didn't take care of him.
Just make them sign a waiver.
Yeah,
Nick
wait.
Saban said yesterday, hey, here's the deal. Your kid's probably better off here with me, keeping an eye on him than he is running around, South Georgia by himself. I mean, he's probably going to get in less trouble. I can keep an eye on him here. Of course, that's a little bit troubling. I mean, it's kind of like, hey, give your kid to the state. We'll raise him better than you will. But Nick Saban's probably right. Some of these kids have no guidance at home. Probably let Nick keep an eye on him.
Hey, your Aunt Betty says, does she have more than one nephew, or are you the only nephew?
Well, I'm probably, if she says somebody's full of it, then I'm probably.
You're the
What did
one?
she say?
She says you've been full of it for as long as she can remember. When you were 5 years old, you told her her house needed a coat of paint.
Yes, and I told her, I said they live like in Yorktown, so they have the big old clapboard type houses. I can see it wood, like cedar, but I told her, you have a nice house. It's big, but it needs a coat of paint. Mr. Compassion, sharing the truth back then. That's my Aunt Betty. That's my dad's sister.
Well, you speak the truth.
My favorite aunt. She checks in on a regular basis.
She does. My Aunt B will check in a little bit later.
We're
I'm
good.
not sure my mom will be in today or not. She was in was it yesterday? She was in up early and in. She'll probably check in. Or she's probably getting in right about now, because now is about the time she'll get up.
You
It's
see
8
how that
o'clock in
works? She was
Calgary.
Betty Carter. Now she's Betty Thompson. Your people check in. They're the Slovakcheks,
Yep.
the Kalishnikovs, Putins.
Well, I would think your Aunt Betty would know now. Thompson's water seal. She'll know paint.
Sure, she knows paint. They just sealed it.
Right.
Absolutely. We're going to get out of here.
We are.
It's
Brother Man and
Wednesday,
Ralph are here. We're going to go get some steaming bowl of caldo,
right?
because it is Caldo Wednesday.
The Hall of Famer and Brother G will be in here in just a minute. See y'all mañana.
Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.